Well, hey there, everyone. Welcome to another fun-filled episode of Loremasters the Absurd. The Absurd podcast that covers the absurd films of the 70s, 80s, 90s, or basically whatever we want. With your host, as always, Loremaster Jeff, myself, Loremaster Eli. How are you doing tonight, Jeff?
Better than the folks in this movie, that's for sure.
You're not getting eaten by worms.
That's true. Mm-hmm.
No,
weird octopus worm, whatever.
I don't know. Hey, can I ask you a question before we get into this movie and all this fun stuff?
Mm-hmm.
You know, the movie we're going to talk about tonight, got me on a path. It started me down a road. It's been a long time since I visited. It's been having me watch like creature features, but not like being attacked by a bear or I'm being attacked by another bear. But it's having
that's weird. That is, I know. Real weird.
But like more like not real creatures, right? Like,
yeah, right. You know, yeah. Supernatural, as you were.
Right. Super. Yes. Well, in my journey, I came across a film that I have refused to watch.
Wow. Okay.
But up to this point, but this movie, which we're going to talk about tonight, let's just get into it. This is Monsters May. Tonight we're talking about Tremors.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna get to it by the Tremors got me on this feeling. But I finally sat down because I started watching one creature feature after another because of this.
Yeah.
And then I came to the movie. I refused to watch when it came out, and I thought, you know what? I'm off tomorrow. I can't really sleep. You know, it's been a long. I got done. I had to work late. I'm gonna watch it. So I'm a little ramped up. And I watched The Meg.
Oh wow!
I did.
Wow!
I did. Can I ask you a question?
Yeah, sure.
A question I want to ask you from watching The Meg. And spoilers for The Meg. Would you believe? Did you see The Meg?
I did not. No, I refused to watch it as well.
If I just showed you the poster of The Meg, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I said Jason Statham's in this, right?
Well, all right.
If I said Jason Statham fights this megalodon shark, which is a prehistoric shark bigger than a Greyhound bus.
Yeah,
it's the biggest shark we know of. Not only did he fight this at the end, but there is literally a scene where somehow Jason Statham's way up in the air.
Mm-hmm.
The shark jumps up in the air, and Jason Statham punches it.
Okay. Yeah. You got, that seems completely reasonable.
Would you believe me that was in that movie?
Yeah. I mean, I would, honestly. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Now, the next thing I want to say, and trust me, I'm still trying to come to terms with it, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It was maybe the most ridiculous, dumbest movie I have ever seen. Made me giddy. I don't know why. Loved it. Tickled me pink. Then today I'm sitting at the.
Did you see the second one?
That's the thing. Yeah. So I'm sitting at a car dealership waiting for my car to get fixed this morning, flipping on the TikTok, just looking out there, and the trailer for the Meg 2 came up, and they have steered so hard into just the sheer fucking absurdity of the first one. Mm-hmm. I told Mary, I was like, I might go see this in theaters.
Wow. Yeah. That's a bold statement. I mean.
This and it's all.
Well, I know I saw the one of the scenes is like he's kicking the Meg like that's
you know what I mean? Like it's like it's ridiculous. It's like at one point in this one, first off, he's like supposed to be this like a rescue diver in the Meg, right?
Yeah.
At one part, there's his love interest in the movie is in this like weird diving tank for sharks, but only it's not shaped like a regular shark cage. It's kind of shaped like a giant pill.
Okay.
And the Meg grabs it, gets stuck in his mouth. It's like flinging this lady all around. He dives in to save it. The cage pill thing is crushed a little bit. It can't open. And you watch him. First off, he's a rescue diver. Doesn't wear flippers. Bare feet.
But you don't need to.
Don't give a shit.
Yeah.
then goes and managed to unbend this thing with just the sheer strength of his arms and his feet. But I'm not saying like he's using his feet to base it. He like for a second, it's almost like I was watching a Jane Goodall documentary.
Wow.
Like
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
gorillas in the mist. He's like using his feet to bend his plastic. And I was just like, well, yeah, of course. Why wouldn't he in this movie?
Seems reasonable.
I listen, this is gonna sound
Wait,
crazy.
I thought you said you were watching movies that about non-real stuff.
Well, I mean, listen, I'm gonna let you decide. But after watching this one, then seeing the trailer second one, and the trailer for like I said, they're fucking steering into it.
Mm-hmm.
There's dinosaurs in the second one, a giant fucking octopus, and another even bigger Meg. Like, and
Wow.
Jason
Double
Statham
Meg.
in the trailer, like karate kicking it in the face. I listen. I think I want to see it in theaters. I don't.
Did you ever see Mega Shark versus Giant Octopus?
I did.
Did you see that? Where the shark jumps out of the water and eats an airplane.
Did you ever see Shark Octopus? Shark Octopus? Sharktopus.
No, I've heard of it.
It's another one that was just so absurdly stupid, but they steered into it. Listen,
Yeah.
You should give the Meg a chance. That's all I'm saying. It's bad. It's ridiculously bad, but like it's just a good time. It's just a good time. I don't know. And then maybe we can go see the second one in theaters again.
Yeah, maybe I'll check it out.
And it's all Tremors' fault because we watched
we
Tremors
started down this
week.
path.
And it's all Tremors because I watched Tremors. I was like, man, this is chef's kiss, right? And then I went from Tremors to another movie, Critters.
Mm-hmm.
Then I went from Critters to rewatching for the 19,000th time Ticks.
Okay.
Then I watched Mosquitoes, which is basically just Ticks with mosquitoes, right? And then I was like going through Hulu because I was looking for Bats, which is another absurd film. And then I saw The Meg. I'm like, I don't know. I don't know if I should do this. And I did. You know what? I don't regret it.
Worth
I don't
it.
regret it. Like I said, it's bad. But
they knew
it was bad when you have Jason Statham Superman punching a Meg back into the water. I just like and he's like he's got like monkey feet.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just crazy. But yeah. So I wanted to bring that to your attention because I don't really want to. I think maybe we could go to theaters and see the Meg.
All right, maybe I'll have to check it out then.
I'm just saying. But let's get the movie we're here about. We're watching Tremors. I think you're gonna like the back of this VHS cover.
Okay.
Now, but I should say though, there's one quote on it before I read the actual back of the VHS cover. There's a quote on this. I don't know how I feel about it. The quote is the scariest monster movie since Aliens.
Well, no, I don't. That's
much, right?
That's a little much. Yeah, that's a bridge too far, I think.
Here it's like, and here's what's also crazy, right? The person who said this quote on the back of it is a guy named Michael Medved, who wrote for at the time, wrote for PBS.
Oh gosh, okay.
Which is public broadcasting
service
station system. Or whatever.
Station,
it's like
station,
it's supposed to be like accurate educational. That doesn't seem like a very educated statement.
Did he even see Aliens? I mean, I don't know.
I don't know. But anyways, let's back to VHS cover. I think you're gonna like this one. Kevin Bacon and Fred Ward stars two country handymen who lead a cast of zany characters to safety in this exciting sci-fi creature comedy. Just as Val McKee and Earl Bassett decide to leave Perfection, Nevada, strange rumblings to prevent their departure. With the help of a shapely seismology student, they discover their desolate town is infested with gigantic man-eating creatures that live below the ground. The race is on to overcome these slimy subterraneans and find a way to higher ground in this enjoyable thriller co-starring Michael Gross and Reba McEntire.
Yeah, I didn't realize Reba McEntire was in this.
This was her first film, like really? Acting.
You know why? Like, because I heard her voice because for some reason my wife gets up really early and she has this show Reba or whatever's on, and like my wife watches that in the morning. Like nobody, we don't really like it. It's just on at that time in the morning. You
Right.
know what I mean?
Right.
But yeah, that's funny. I was like, because and she looks a lot different in this too. Like she was real
Right.
young, you know. But I mean, this didn't do much for her acting career because she's not great at acting. So I
You
mean,
know what?
she was good in this movie, but
You know what's weird? Like you say it,
overall,
but like she's had a very successful acting career.
really,
She
I
has
can't name
two.
one other thing she's been in. Like,
Well, she was in a bunch of movies and TV appearances all throughout the '90s, and
mhm.
then in the early 2000s she had a Reba, which had I think 8 or 9 seasons.
I don't know how that show's
Uh,
not funny at all.
then when she was done with Reba, she basically did another show that was Reba, but only she played a singing version of Reba, and that was on for
Jesus Christ, really?
six or 7 seasons. And then now she has a TV series where she plays a judge,
Judge Judy.
basically. But she's like countrified Judge Judy from
Yeah.
the trailer I
Yeah,
saw.
she's not great. Not my favorite. This show, that show's dumb. Like, it's there's not there's nothing funny on it. Like, the only one's funny is like her like son-in-law or whatever he
Mhm.
is. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Yeah,
man.
that's weird. Anyway, yeah,
Yeah, I may have watched the whole series.
really.
I love Reba McEntire. I listen. I grew up in a really country area. All the people listen to is
Mhm.
country music. I do not like a lot of country, but for some reason, I always liked Reba McEntire.
Really,
I liked her
her
voice. I don't
music
know.
or her acting? Like,
I liked her music. She is not
mhm.
a um. You know what's weird? She acted better in music videos than I think she does in actual like
She's good. She's good
TV
in
stuff.
short
Yeah,
bursts.
I think
Yeah.
so. Because like even like the show Reba,
Mhm.
which I've watched, I after like the first couple seasons, no one cared about Reba.
I just she's just that show's just not funny. I there's just like
Yeah,
the writing's kind of bad in it. It's not really funny writing. And
right.
even it's like one of those things, and unpopular opinion, like if you take the laugh track out of Friends, it's not funny,
Friends is
you know?
terrible. I hate Friends.
It's the
I
same way. I guarantee if you watch Reba without the laugh track,
yeah.
you'd be like, what am I doing with my life? Because this is the worst thing I've ever seen in my life.
I say once again though, I think the only reason I like it was Van, like you said, Van the
Yeah.
son-in-law was real
Yeah,
fun.
there
It
were
was
some
funny.
pretty decent supporting characters.
But like when I was in high school, is when that show like first started
Right.
towards the end of my high school. But like they used to play it first thing in the morning, or whatever. And once again, it would be on while I was like
Mhm.
getting ready.
Right. Get
And
yeah, yeah.
like I'd catch stuff and like I don't know. It's weird, but now I get it. But hey, what did you think of Tremors? This is your first time watching it.
No, I've seen this movie a couple times. Like a lot of movies, this is the first time I've watched it in a while.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good. I thought it once again. They kind of knew what it was. They didn't take it too serious. It was kind of just serious enough. I mean, people were getting killed, but everybody's kind of like, all right, like they didn't really, they weren't really worried about it that much. I liked that you know, they were like creatures, right? They
Yeah.
did learn, but like only after something happened, right? It wasn't like they were this instant super intelligent. They're just big, like carnivorous worms, basically.
Right.
And they had to learn by like experiencing. And I really appreciated that fact that, the first one gets killed by running into like a wall or whatever. And then, they do some stuff and then they start to learn, oh, well, they're on the building. So how can we get to the building? So they, like that made them like a believable, or maybe not believable, but like like a good antagonist, I think.
Yeah.
The they killed off all the incompetent people real early.
Yep.
They got rid of like all the people that were. It's just kind of taking up space. But yeah, I think overall the acting was good. There wasn't. What's another thing is weird. There was no characters in this where I just hated. A
Right.
lot of times in movies like this, there's always like one or two characters. They're like super annoying, and they usually write them like that purposefully.
Yeah.
But like there wasn't any. They were just like regular people.
You didn't even
like
think that
hanging out.
what's his name? Melvin? What was that kid's name? The boy. Yeah,
I mean,
Melvin.
kind of, but like he wasn't like a central character. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like
right.
he wasn't like a prime character that, whether it's a guy that's super douchey or a girl
Right.
that's just annoying and bitchy. Like they didn't have one of those tropes in this. And that I appreciate that too, because it made it all about just kind of these regular people trying to survive these weird worms.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, so what about you?
Oh yeah, I love this movie. I've seen it a billion times. I love it. It's just fun. Is it like an Oscar winner? No.
No.
A lot of people call this horror. I don't think it's horror at all. If this is like the same vein to me as like Anaconda, but this is better. Where
Right.
Anaconda was
Yeah.
not
Yeah. Not good.
not
Yeah.
good. I like to look at the creatures. You're right. Like they don't make them like super confident. The creatures are very believable. And the other thing too, like I could see they're not, but I could see them being real. Like they the way they made them look, like it wasn't too over the top. Like they look like giant carnivorous worms. And there's actually like I've seen online like people show like there's this like worm species that people nickname Tremors, but they're
Yeah.
little, but they have little jaws and like
Right. Kind of very similar to.
yeah, like I could see this being like a prehistoric giant carnivorous worm. Like the way it kills people too is cool. Like there's a lot of cool like little kill like deaths and the way they find people. The now I said this is like believable, but yeah, it's got little stakes for a ton.
Well, I mean,
but like whatever. Like
Yeah.
they were cool looking because they look like little imps because they had like little horns and like like they're cool. To your point, like the cast was great. Unfortunately, this is Kevin Bacon's only Tremor movie he's in because this was
they made like 5 or 6 of them, right?
Oh,
Like,
there's more than that now.
Really? Jesus
Oh my
Christ.
god!
I mean, I know there's one in the Wild West.
Yeah,
it's the origins or whatever.
Yeah, Michael
the guy
Gross.
He's
who
in
played
all
Bert.
Of them, I think,
he's in every one of them. Every one of them,
except maybe the Wild West.
The one that just came out, they finally killed him.
Really?
And now they don't know if they're gonna make another one or not. But
oh my god! Well, I mean,
there's been a lot. Him and Jamie Kennedy have been in the because there's the original 4, then they do the prequel, and then I think
4 is the prequel. So there's 3, and then because the 4th is I just saw when I was looking for this image, it was 4. Tremors 4
is the
Wild
prequel.
West, is the prequel one.
Then 5. Okay, so there's the original 3, the prequel, and then he did 4 with Jamie Kennedy, Michael Gross, and Jamie Kennedy have done like 4 more. There's one. There's like 2 them in the desert. 1 they're in Antarctica for some reason, but instead of actually putting them in like a cold looking place, they just put a blue tint.
Yeah,
it's atrocious.
It's a desert that only blue,
basically. And then there's like one where they're in like the jungle or something. It's like ridiculous. Like I don't know. There's so many of these movies, but like the first 2 real Kevin Bacon was good. Everybody's cool. What's crazy about this movie is like there's a lot of either big names of people who's been in movies, like they're kind of towards the end of their career, or like a lot of people who are getting to mid of their career. Some people that like the girl from Jurassic Park's in this. So it's kind of crazy. They got this like ragtag group. Like everybody fits. It's a fun movie. Most ridiculous music of any scary creature feature. It's like weird, almost sounds like kind of Louisiana style. Like, but I'm there for it. All right, cool.
I'm in.
Like it's just. I don't know. This movie does. Like, it's a fun time. This is a fun time, and this is one of those 2. Like, I think sci-fi creature feature might be a good fit for it.
Yeah.
I think this is one of those ones everybody should watch. This is kind of like textbook good, like creature feature.
Yeah, how you should do a creature feature, right?
Like a non-realistic.
Right. I hate when they have creature features, but they make the creatures like super intelligent. Like they're predators, right? So part of the kind of scary aspect is always that you can't reason with them. They just want to kill you and eat you. There's no ulterior motives. They're not trying to steal your car. They're just gonna eat you. Like that's what they're there for, and like there's some creature movies that don't get that, they make it like this like hyper intelligent whatever, and you know
what I think the problem is everybody wants to make Jaws. And not every creature is Jaws.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not a shark, right? It's not every creature. And like, and what's nice about this movie is like, it's kind of crazy. Like they're basically like land sharks because like they travel underground, But like, And like, so I could see where you can be like, this is kind of similar to like the creature is kind of like a worm shark, kind of, but like they didn't try to make it like Jaws, where the shark was smart, like it was an apex predator. Like this game was just a giant worm, and like and it had the advantage because you couldn't walk nowhere.
Yeah,
that was its advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was good. Like I like that, and they didn't try to do Jaws, which is good. Which I feel like a lot of these do, and which I hate.
Yeah, just leave it alone.
Just don't touch it. Just leave it alone. Let Jaws go. Okay, just let it go.
Let Jaws be Jaws.
You don't need to make every movie Jaws movie.
You do. So
well, apparently,
joke's on you.
But what? Well, you got me there, guy. But so what did you think of old? Probably the biggest star in this, I would say at the time, would be Kevin Bacon, actor wise. What do you think? What do you think of old Kevin Bacon in this?
I know. I thought he was good. He's blue. I think overall Kevin Bacon's a really good actor. He's had some bad scripts, I think, that but I think generally, so he's a pretty good actor. I don't think he's like a the best actor on the planet or anything like that. But I think, I don't know, he has a decent range, and he was good in this. He was kind of these like, not hillbillies, because that's not the right term, but but they live in Arizona in the 90s or whatever, and they were very believable in their role. Nevada. I'm sorry, they're like these handymen, you know what I mean? They just kind of do a bunch people they do odd jobs, right? That was their thing. They kind of dig, or they did the septic tank, or they hauled stuff, or they they helped that lady with her pottery thing, or they were going to help that lady with a pottery thing. So like they're just kind of these jack of all trade guys that are just around this little town, you know what I mean? And I thought him and the other gentleman, what's his name, his partner, whatever he was,
Bert.
Yeah, I thought they had a good rapport, you know what I mean?
Fred Ward.
So Kevin Bacon's kind of this like a little more a maverick type of character, and Fred Ward's like kind of like his older brother, or uncle, or dad, or something. Like, kind of he has that like that flavor where he's trying to like keep him, grounded or whatever. So I thought it worked out well for him.
Like what's kind of crazy, like this is probably one of Kevin Bacon's, I'd say, like if you talk about Kevin Bacon, this is one of those movies everybody brings up. What's weird about Kevin Bacon though? I feel like he does a lot in his career. Is he would like not want to do a movie, he would do it, and then he'd be like, "Oh, this is a failure," and he refused to talk to the press about it.
Yeah,
and then like it becomes super popular, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, that was me." And, like it's like weird. Like he did like he did that with this movie. Like he wasn't going to do it because he thought the script was stupid, but then here he needed money because he hadn't been anything in a while or whatever, and then he like filmed it, and then like it didn't do well in theaters, and then he was like he refused to speak about it for like years, and then it like started making all this money on VHS, still refused to speak about it, and then like 20 years ago, that's why he wasn't in any of the other ones, because he was like, this was garbage. Then 20 years goes by, he's like, yeah, it was really fun, I was in that movie.
What do you think it's a factor of like, so he did Footloose, right? And that was such a huge like monumental success. You know what I mean? Like compared to like, I mean, Tremors is been around a long time.
He did the same thing because he was in the original Friday the 13th. And he did the same thing. And by the time Footloose came out, Friday the 13th was a phenomenon itself too. Like it was real popular. They were like cranking these out every year. It was just
but it wasn't like it wasn't a main it was a good movie in like the horror communities. That's where it started. It wasn't until later that, you know what I'm saying, that it became kind of adopted.
Yeah, but he would he wouldn't talk about Friday the 13th, I don't think, until the early 2000s when we finally started talking about being it.
Maybe he's just dramatic. I mean,
maybe a little bit.
Whatever it is, it's working for him, right? He's like, maybe he does that so people get interested in what he's like, no, I can't talk about that movie.
Oh wait,
and then people are like, well, what it was? I better see this movie to see why he won't talk about it. And they're like years later, they're like, Kevin, that was a good movie. He's like, yeah, I know. I definitely.
So wait, are you saying this is like the Bacon con?
Like,
it's all this con going on.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, why not? I mean,
if that is the case, he's the greatest salesman,
right?
in the world. Because like I know he's done this with other projects, and if like it's like if he thinks something, he's like, maybe if I just act real dramatic about it,
well, that's what, right.
Watch it.
So think about it. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. So you're getting interviewed by this about this movie,
right?
And you know, even because I mean, most of his movies, like I said, weren't like huge blockbuster smash. They did well, but they weren't like these huge blockbuster smashes,
right?
You know, but so you get interviewed about this movie, and like I said, the person interviewing is like, "Hey, Kevin, what about Tremors?" And he's like, I don't really want to talk about it. You know, there's just some, you know, it's not really, you know, I wasn't real happy with it. And you go like, why wasn't he happy with it? Like, I kind of heard some stuff about it. You know, I better check it out for myself, right? And it just, you know what I mean? And then you go check it out and then you start telling people. It just, and people that see the interview do the same thing. They're like, well, why wasn't Kevin Bacon like it? Or I saw that movie and it was okay. I better go watch it again in case I missed something. You know what I mean? I think he got it. I think he understands he knows what the game is. You know?
Hear me out. Okay. Hear me out. You know how lately they're making all these movies about like how the Air Jordans were made at Nike.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Shelby, Mustang, whatever. We should make a movie about Kevin Bacon's long con.
Yeah,
with every film he thinks so bad, he does this long con with it.
Yeah, he's gonna be like on his deathbed, and he'd be like, "I did it on purpose."
Like we should make that movie. Now, would you have Kevin Bacon play himself, or would you recast
I feel like
him?
you would have to, like,
even though it's a life story, so he looks old.
Yeah,
we were
that's fine. Okay. Well, you know, it would be like, so. Are you kidding me with computer rejuvenation and stuff?
Oh, okay.
Like it would be him, like as an older man, like telling his story to his grandkids or whatever. Like, you know, that would be the premise. Okay. And like almost circa Forrest Gump. You know what I mean? You could do that. You could do like that whole thing, like you could do Tremors, and then you could do like some other movies. Like,
my god,
just have him cut up like over the course of his life.
Dude,
you know?
I got the perfect name for this movie.
Oh.
Bacon.
Bacon. Like,
you call it Bacon. That's what you call it.
Yep.
Oh my god. TM. $1 million idea right there. TM.
Like
Bacon.
Like BA and then hyphen CON. Yep.
The Kevin Bacon story.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Man. Wow. Wow.
If you're listening, Kevin, get a hold of us.
Hit us up. We'll write the script.
We'll write the script.
Actually,
it's already written. He pretty much wrote it.
Pretty much, yeah.
You know, like,
you just sit down with us for a couple hours. Tell us your story.
Tell us your tale,
and then we'll just convert it to a script using the Chat GPT.
Yeah, right. We're done.
We're done. $1 million. We'll have it compete against that like Nike movie.
We'll sell it to like Lionsgate or something.
And then he can pretend and not talk about that movie.
Yeah, they'll be like, "Hey, Kevin, how did you feel about doing Bacon?" And he'll say, "I don't really want to talk about that. Oh, I'm not really happy with the way it shook down." You know, and we can, you know what? It's come full circle. It's you know,
and then years later,
doing the con on the movie about him doing the con. Like, and then you can't get much better than that.
We do the sequel. Bacon continues. Bacon continues. Wow. Ooh, man, that's I thought of that name.
Yep.
TM.
Yeah, TM.
Right there. TM right there. But I agree with you. Their partnership is good. Even though, like, if we're being honest, the Baconator is really what we need.
Yeah. I mean, that's the other. Everybody else was just kind of ancillary. They were a good supporting cast. They weren't. Yeah, they didn't overpower or overshadow anything.
Right. Well, it's crazy. Fred
didn't feel out of place, you know.
No. But like they basically Fred Ward's the lead in the second one.
Oh, really?
And did you ever see the second one?
No. You know what? I probably have, but I don't remember it.
Second one's actually not too bad.
Not bad.
Yeah. It's like it's just him. And I don't remember if there's any other people. Like Kevin Bacon and the girl's gone. Mm-hmm. They're not it. But like what they kind of do is like the worms evolve and they're now like these bipedal, like they kind of look like raptors, but they can glide because
they're kind of short, right? They're
and they glide because
I may have seen that.
They shoot pressure out their ass and they call them ass blasters.
Yeah.
and like
Okay.
they can see heat. Like it's ridiculous when they
Yeah.
steer into it, and it's like
Yeah.
and
Like, all right.
then he leaves, and then the third
Wow.
one is the start of the Bert being in
Yeah.
every one of them. That's the
Because
main.
he got nothing else going on. So
Well, I'll say it like once again, Reba McEntire was in this one as her as his wife. The script for the second one comes out, she's like, "Nah, I'm okay.
No, I'm okay. I'm good.
I'm okay. I'm about to start a show called Reba. Jeff's gonna love it.
Yeah, it's fan. It's not gonna be funny at all.
No,
Maybe we're pulling the bacon. Yeah.
people
I
don't
would.
know we have
People ask
stock
me
in
about.
Reba.
People ask me about this show. I'm just gonna be like, I'm not real happy with it.
No, right.
Know.
I'm just gonna deny being on it, even though we keep
Yeah.
doing it.
Yeah.
I'll just keep
Yeah.
denying it. I'll just keep denying
Keep
it.
denying it.
The
So
bacon.
we're not even. Yeah. So all you guys that sound here, we're not on this show. So
No,
don't worry
us.
about it. We're just not real
us.
happy with the
Don't like it.
the content.
If you look at some of the movies we've
no.
had to endure, Psycho remake.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about the Psycho remake episode.
I'll talk about. We'll talk about. What do you think of the creature design for this?
I thought it was interesting. Like I said, the tentacles made it a little silly, but it was cool. You know what I mean? If that makes sense. And it's just because they were very puppetized. Like they were literally like the ones you could tell it's somebody's hand in a puppet or whatever, which is fine, but compared to the rest of it, I thought it detracted a little bit, but overall it wasn't enough to steer me away from it. So
you know what's weird about the creature though?
What's that?
The final look of the worm is not what the creature looks like on the poster.
Yeah, you're right at all. Yeah. It literally looks like the alien on the poster.
Yeah,
like the alien's mouth, and it didn't even have teeth like that at all. Like it didn't even have any teeth. Like it was,
it had like a beak.
Yeah, a little tiny beak inside.
Yeah, it's weird. I never understood that because the creature looks cool. I just don't know why they couldn't update the poster.
Yeah, that's true,
right? You never noticed
I never
that?
think about it. No, I literally didn't even think about that until I'm sitting here looking at the poster behind me.
It's crazy.
That's absurd. That doesn't make any sense.
It's crazy.
I mean, because that's the thing. I think this is much more a horror creature just because of the large teeth and kind of the way it's presented. But yeah,
but if you look, what does the poster look like? Looks like Jaws.
Yeah, well, I mean,
because like that's the Jaws poster, except for instead of a girl swimming and it coming up from the bottom, it's this weird tooth.
I wonder if they changed like the creature partway through or something. Like,
maybe
like they had a lot of the marketing stuff ready to go, and then they're like, we can't, because I mean, I'm sure like if they like this, like I said, bears a lot of resemblance to other things. And maybe they read the rest of the script and are like, this thing can't be that horrifying.
Movie fact, a little fun fact for you.
Yeah.
The original design of the creature that they started filming with, it was like the worm, but instead of it having a mouth and little worms coming out, the outer suit was actually a sheath. And this like more slicker, demonic looking worm came out. And after filming a few scenes, the whole cast was like, that looks like a penis.
Looks like a penis. Yeah, it sounds like a penis.
It looks like an uncircumcised, like someone like pushing it through. So then they're like, we gotta take this back to the drum.
We need this. We need to change this for sure. Yeah.
Are we making a port here?
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, that's a little fun fact for you.
Mm-hmm. Well, I could have went without knowing that. If you,
now you know. Hey, now you know, guy.
Now I know.
Now you know. You know what? My only thing with this movie, I'll say, is though. It's not even like it's not even something I hate, but it's like it's weird. And then I feel validated with this point finally because I was looking up some IMDb reviews, which this movie only has 2 1-star reviews.
Wow.
One of them is from somebody who did not know what this movie is about and was too stupid to read the back VHS cover.
Yeah. He's like, I thought this movie was about a giant penis.
The other one, I don't know why they wrote a 1-star review, but they agree with something I say, and so I felt validated. I don't know what the point of the children are in this movie. Like there was like The girl, okay, fine, like her mom, like they save her, but like that Melvin kid, there was no
Yeah,
point.
he was pointless. Yeah, he didn't do anything. There was no not really any drama surrounding him, right? Like at
He was
one
just
point he's
annoying.
on
He was
that
like a
building and
punk.
they're like, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And whose kid was he? I didn't understand
That
who's he
thank you.
related to.
That
Like,
so that is the thing I always hated because I'm like, who is this kid? Like he doesn't have parents, and like everybody in town hates him,
yeah,
and like he's just like around. Like everybody hates him. He's just
because I thought it was what's his name's like brother or son or something.
yeah,
Because when they
no.
pull up with, he's like, leave the truck alone or whatever. But no, it's just some random kid, some random orphan in town.
There's
Like,
four trailers of people in this
yeah,
town.
yeah,
No one knows who he belongs to.
yeah.
No, but
That's a real weird scenario.
I'm glad you realized that because
Yeah,
I've said that for years. People are like, "He don't matter." We're like, "He does matter." Because who the fuck is this kid?
yeah. Who is he?
I,
Yeah.
I look on the IMDb reviews.
Uh huh.
There's only two. Like I said, one of them is literally someone who didn't read the back. Like they have no clue what's going on.
Yeah, yeah.
They must have read that quote, "Scarier than aliens,"
Hmm.
took it to heart. But the one negative review, I'm gonna read it real quick.
Has some criticism.
The title of it is "Who is Melvin's parents?"
Well, yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not sure why they made this a 1-star review. You'll see. You'll see what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
They go on to say, I'm not giving this movie a bad review, but they did. Gosh, no. Just the fact that it never mentions who Melvin's parents are, or if he has any parents in the movie. Who takes care of him if he doesn't have a parent? I want to know this fact. It drives me crazy every time I watch this movie that the one thing my family and I can't figure out. Otherwise, it's an excellent movie. I love all four Tremors movies. This dates it a little bit because it's missing four more. Also, it's a shame that Kevin Bacon wasn't in any other movies. But I think the movie Tremor couldn't get any better. It always leaves me in laughter and excitement, even though I don't know who Melvin's parents are.
Yeah, that doesn't seem like a 1-star review. I mean, he was really upset by Melvin's parents.
Yeah,
and I thought maybe he lived with the guy that owned the general store.
That's what I thought, but like
that's kind of because he was like hanging out there. But yeah. I mean, obviously,
where else do you fucking
like
hang out? Unless
he's adopted or something. I mean, I'm not sure. Like, yeah, that's a good point. I have no clue who that kid even was. Yeah, he could have been deleted early, and not even been there. There was never. Nothing he did forwarded the story at all. There was no,
It didn't matter that he lived. He didn't die.
Mm-hmm.
And then even like point the general store, like they literally present this town as there's 4 people who live in trailers, one doctor who was building his house by hand, which doesn't make sense that he's a doctor and he's going to build his own house.
Yeah, he's like, I'm building it. He's like the cinder blocks are in. Yeah. It's like, what are you building your house by yourself? Like, what is happening here with no heavy equipment? Like, they're just like, he's literally Noah Ark and that shit, like building it up.
So it's like the weirdest fucking town. Because there's 4 people in the trailer. The doctor
one road
house,
in and out. Like
old Fred, who owns a sheep farm. Sheep are a grazing animal. They're required to have grass, and you just have them walking around sand. I never understood that.
They just eat sand. They're fine.
All right, fair enough. And then you have the only thing to do in town is the fucking store.
Mm-hmm.
Like the one girl, she jumps on her pogo stick in the middle of the road because where else? And then Melvin was using his basketball and just fucking around the store because what else are you gonna do? At one point, he's like laying on a roof or something. I don't know. I didn't like that.
Well, I guess it's kind of one of those things, right? So you grew up in a small town.
Yeah.
Right. Not this small, obviously, but isn't it kind of like so they're part of the larger city or what it was where they were trying to drive to initially, like in Nevada.
Like town, like they were going to
because they're like, it was 28 miles away, right? So these it's not that far. It wasn't like they're hundreds of miles from anywhere.
Right.
This is just it's like a small community. Like I get that because you're not I understand, especially out in Nevada where the population density is so small. That was believable, but yeah, to your point, why was this kid here in this little town where nobody else is around? So
Well, and like
I mean, like I said, I wouldn't even say both the children were pointless. I would literally just say
him.
that he was pointless.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like that is such a super nitpick with this
Mm-hmm.
movie. Because
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't hurt. Like it doesn't hurt that he's
He
there.
doesn't detract from
No,
it,
but
but
it's just
it
like
doesn't add to it. He's just
who the fuck are you, kid?
yeah.
Why are you here?
Yeah, it's
No
like,
one
holy,
cares.
who's your yeah, literally nobody because you don't have any parents, so
Yeah,
nobody cares about you.
little
You
orphan
know?
boy,
Yeah. Good orphan boy.
little orphan boy. Uh, but no, yeah, better than that. Like it does nitpick. I mean, other like the kills were cool. I like when they did find old Fred. He's like faces in the dirt.
Yeah, his face is
Yeah,
up out of the dirt.
that's cool.
There's that guy that like died on the electric
Yeah, which I
tower or
don't
whatever
understand that. Like, I get he climbed up there, but like he was there presumably just for a night.
well, no, they said a couple because he died of dehydration or whatever they said. So
Oh,
he was there for a couple of days.
Oh, I
Yeah,
missed that.
because that's what they said. And then they're like, oh, something must have chased him up there. Foreshadow.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
They have those construction guys. Nope. Apparently 2 construction guys that they take to fix their whole road. It only takes 2 people.
I'm surprised there was only 2, to be honest with you.
If it was PennDOT, there'd be 96. They'd have 2 lanes shut down and still take them all summer. So they had that. Like, and then the store owner, he got effed up pretty good.
He got eaten
Now
by.
that I'm thinking, there actually isn't a whole lot of kills in this.
No, there's the doctor and his wife.
Yeah,
right.
Which they deserve to die.
Fred.
Yep.
Yeah.
The farmer.
The farmer. But like as far as what I would say central cast, really only the store owner got killed. You know, because everybody else were just kind of like foreshadowing up to the main kind of event.
They kind of.
I think it's ignorant. They did him wrong.
It is because not only did they kill him, his whole life is that store, and they fucking destroyed it. No one else's house got destroyed.
Nope.
But his store got destroyed.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of shitty.
It is. It's rude.
So I think you know what they've been better. They should have had in the sequel a no nonsense guy opens up the store, right?
Yeah.
And he don't deal with that shit. You don't come in here and have your graboids chase into my store.
Mm-hmm. Surprised it wasn't a gas station in that town.
Oh, he didn't sell gas.
Nobody had any gas. Like, how do you get anywhere?
He also didn't sell water.
Yeah.
He sold Coke.
Well, no, they had the big water tower out back.
Yeah, but who wants to drink old?
That's
water.
That's where your water comes from. That's I'm assuming
but it's like
that's where the town water came from.
Drinking. Have you ever had Dasani water?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It tastes like soap.
Yeah.
Fucking awful, right?
Yeah.
Let me ask you a question. You live in Nevada. Graboids are all around you. You're stuck in the local general store. They're like, hey, all we got is Dasani. What you gotta do?
That's a tough one. I mean, when push comes to shove, I have to drink it, I guess, but not
I think
begrudgingly.
I think I'd run for it. I think I'd try to run. I think you said 28 miles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, if I run on the road, I should be okay.
Yeah.
Because I don't.
That was weird too, though. Is like, so the road kind of gets blocked by some rocks, but like he had that 4-wheel drive truck. Like he could have literally just drove around off the side.
Well, he didn't want to drive. He didn't want to drive in the sand. Yeah, but he didn't want to drive in the sand though.
It's not a beach.
Yeah, but to the graboids again.
Well, no, that before they knew. Remember, like when they
before. Oh yeah,
come back and then like there's all them rocks on the road, but it's like
I don't know.
You literally
I'm sure there's like loose. I'm sure like sand is kind of loose in places. You probably can't see where it's loose.
I mean, I don't know about that.
I mean, but at the same time though, why would he do that when they don't know that there's graboids around? So they're probably thinking like, I don't have to.
Right. I get it. Yeah. And
but
by the time they found out, his truck was too late.
They do drive around in the sand at one point.
Yeah, they're literally just driving around in the desert there with his truck.
Okay, so maybe there's a couple more questions about this movie than I thought.
And for some reason, there's horses. Like just 2 horses there for 30 seconds.
Well, I think the store, like the guy that owns the store, I think he said those were his, right?
Well, yeah, and then he's like, "You can have them." So what?
They won't drink the Dasani water.
Yeah.
That's the only reason I got them. Got all these teams with Dasani knowing what's to drink. Dude, oh man. You know what? Say it's not Dasani water.
Okay.
It could also be maybe one of the worst drinks to ever come out that was ever around in the 80s and 90s that
Crystal
I hated.
Pepsi.
I would say this is worse than Crystal Pepsi.
Wow. Wow.
I would say this drink is worse. Do you remember Orbits?
No.
It was
No.
it was a drink. It was like it looked like water. And I think it was like fruit flavored and had the little floating balls in it you would drink. Like they look like little plastic
Kind of like
balls.
bubbly tea or whatever
No,
it is.
these were like little small like plastic looking babies that floated in it and you would just drink it. It always tasted like medicine plastic. And they said the balls were edible, but like, I don't know.
What? I never
Yeah, they're
heard
called
of this.
orbits. You never had
No,
orbits?
I'm gonna have. We need to track some down.
Oh,
Like,
dude, I don't know. They don't make it anymore, man. Like, I feel like that'd be like, oh my god,
like
it'd be so
poisoning
old. Oh
ourselves.
my god. I mean, it was poisoned. I'm pretty sure when it came out. Yeah, it's like these weird glass bottles that kind of look phallic shaped, and they had this like just shit floating in it. You drink these little balls.
Yeah, I never seen
You
that.
never had orbits?
Orbis
Oh,
is
man.
a short-lived, non-carbonated, fruit-flavored beverage.
Yeah.
Made by the Clearly Food and Beverage Company of Canada. It was produced in 1997 and quickly disappeared due to sales. Wow. Where can I buy Orbits drink?
Oh my god, it's gonna be so moldy.
You can buy it on eBay for about I don't know what $86 for a bottle. Oh god, it's like they're all brown.
Oh
Like,
my god, you're not drinking that. I can't believe you never
if
had
I buy
it.
you one, you have to drink it.
No, I'm not. It
Still
was
sealed.
listen, I drank it once in my life, and that was enough for me. That was enough for me. It was atrocious. Atrocious. Man, thinking about all this.
This is a lot. What does it say? Rare orbits.
Yeah, let's.
Still sealed. The rare orbit soda drink, vanilla orange lava lamp collectible.
Well, because you could, I think you could. Like that was like the part of it. Like it looked like a lava lamp or something.
Oh, it looks like somebody took a poop in there.
Dude, what happens if you live this town of perfection, right? You got graboids, and then your only store for miles only sells the worst drinks that everyone hated. So they only sell Crystal Pepsi, Orbits. Dude, remember fucking Sobe?
Yes, so
Oh, that always tasted like shit.
Yeah, that was bad too.
Yeah, Sobe in there. Oh man, where's some other bad drinks this guy could just sell?
It's just anything that from the I don't know.
So much. That coffee Coke that came out, that was atrocious. Coke Black. It was like half Coke, half coffee. Oh my god, everybody'd be happy when you die if you go to the store. You're like, he only sells the shittiest drinks in the world.
Where are your Zima?
Oh my god, yeah.
Oh, Jolt Cola. Remember that?
Yeah.
It was like had 10 times the caffeine or something.
And then like they got rid of it, right?
Surge.
And then they tried to make like I think the same people that make Jolt, they try to bring it back, but they rebranded it as Volt. And it was remember Volt? And it was like neon green.
The High C Ecto Cooler.
Oh, I love
remember that?
Like, those are good.
Really?
Oh, those are good. Those
Squeeze it. They were like this.
Oh yeah, they were like the they were supposed to be like the expensive Kool-Aid.
Fruitopia. I used to drink me some Fruitopia.
Oh my god, I don't know how.
There's so much sugar in that shit. Like,
I remember a bunch of those drinks came out. Were always like there's just so much
17
sugar.
Disgusting drinks you definitely drank as a teenager. Wales. What the fuck? I live in Wales. Yeah, Wales like the country.
Oh, is that like a ginger ale?
No, Wales, the country Wales.
Oh, I thought they had a drink there named after that.
No, I don't know, but this is 35 90s drinks we sipped as kids. Oh, Mondo. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
And Mondo,
remember Huggies?
Yeah, you can still buy them, I think.
Yeah.
Fucking Surge.
So many bad
Juicy
drinks.
Juice, is that still? I think that's still
That's
around.
still around. Yeah.
OK Soda, never heard of that. It's
No.
like this weird black and white can. Tab Cola. Oh yeah, there's
Oh, I remember
Sobe,
Tab. Yeah.
Mystic Bubble, Welch's grape soda in the
Oh, I remember
can.
that. It was terrible.
Yeah,
It tastes like
Clumate.
you were drinking the worst grape jelly.
What the fuck's clamato? That sounds like a
Dude, that's
venereal
clam. No,
disease.
you can still get that. That's clam and tomato juice.
Oh my
Clam
god.
juice and tomato juice mixed together. It's called clamato.
Capri Suns,
Oh, I remember those.
Nat Blue,
I have no clue what that is.
Pepsi Tropical Chill,
I remember those. They remember
Huggies.
like when Pepsi used to do the flavors. Like there was Pepsi lemon, uh, the tropical chill. There was a blue one that came out.
Oh yeah, yeah.
That was a big thing back in the day because they had Coke
But vanilla Coke, yeah,
vanilla
yeah.
Coke.
Flintstone soda.
I don't even never heard of that.
Guzzlers. Remember Guzzlers?
Oh my god, yeah. Holy shit.
Fucking Guzzlers. Sunny D. Okay.
I feel like you and I now are gonna have to go on a hunt for like these old.
Oh my god.
things to
We'll
try.
wash down our Chuck E. Cheese with it.
With orbits, moldy orbits. Oh my god. Oh Christ. Man. I was looking too. The director who made this movie,
Mhm.
Ron Underwood, still directing stuff.
Really?
But he actually, I was surprised to see how much he was directing stuff since the 70s, right? His first like feature film, like big film, I'd say, was Tremors. Do you know what he did directly after Tremors?
What's that?
City Slickers.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
With Howie, not Howie Mandel, Billy Crystal.
Billy Crystal, yeah.
Yeah.
That remember that he did remember Mighty Joe Young?
That was a gorilla, right? It
Yeah.
was like he gets to use sign language or something.
Yeah,
Right?
it Mighty Joe Young. Then he did remember the just absolute fucking atrocious train wreck, The Adventures of Pluto Nash with Eddie Murphy?
I never saw that.
No,
I know the name. Yeah, I've never seen it
it
though.
was atrocious. They did some television shows. They did a lot of television
Nothing.
shows.
Stick with the TV shows.
That's all. It seems like all he did after Pluto Nash, which he probably was jaded to ever go back to directing movies. Oh yes, it's like straight TV shows. Well, the most recent thing he did was in 2023. He did an episode of Fear the Walking Dead.
Oh wow, I never watched that.
I don't. It's stupid. It's the stupidest of the Walking Deads.
Yeah, that whole Walking Dead thing just whatever. I got fed up after the third season.
It's weird. I love the comics.
Yeah.
To your point, the third season was rough. The fourth season, I think, which is the Road to Terminus, was actually a really good season. They did some different stuff. I was like, oh,
that was
man.
when in the jail or whatever, right? Was that
no, the Road to Terminus was when they were on their way to that train station. Like everybody was on their way. They got separated because the jail got destroyed.
Oh, you mean the third time that they had a place to live and then they had to go find a new place at the beginning of the season? Okay, okay.
But it was actually cool what they did with Road Terminus, like those episodes. And then you kind of got getting the Negan stuff, which was like kind of fine, but then like it just kind of got dumb after that. The Fear the Walking Dead is 99 times dumber than anything on. First off,
it's what before or like during? Or
it's
just different people or something.
Both.
Yeah.
It starts at the very beginning of the zombie apocalypse, and then they fast forward to kind of like Walking Dead times because the couple people from the main show Walking Dead, they put it on the Fear the Walking Dead to try to save that shit show. And then I think it goes past the Walking Dead. It's stupid. Mary's mom said, "Oh, you watch it." Listen, Mary's mom, I know you're listening. I'm not trying to call you out, but you know what you did to me when you said, "Oh, stick with it. It gets good," and I stuck with it. or not stuck with it. I binged like
I
four
hate when people
seasons.
say that. I hate when people say that. If you have to watch 9 seasons of something before it gets good, newsflash, it's not good.
Yeah,
It's not.
I
If you
I
don't hook me from the first or second
yep.
episodes, forget it. It's trash. Like, I'm sorry, it is.
It was I
Like,
quit.
why is it? Why do you not try to hook somebody from the
Right,
beginning? Like,
I quit like a couple episodes before. I'm like, I'm not watching more of this. I'm like, it's not getting good. It's getting
mhm.
stupider, like getting dumb. And I quit watching it because it's atrocious.
Give it a keep watching it. It gets better.
No, I refuse. I refuse.
How is that possible? How is it possible it gets better? How? Like,
I'm trying to think of a show that actually is true for, and I can't even
Breaking
think
Bad.
of
I
one.
can't. There's the
Well,
example.
that one, Breaking
Everybody
Bad.
says that. Everybody says, guess what? I've never watched it. Don't plan on it. I
You know
watched the
what?
first 2 episodes and we're bored out of my fucking
The
mind.
thing I will say,
Like, I will never catch up. I'm never gonna watch it.
it may not be your thing.
It's not
The
gonna
thing
happen.
I would say, the Breaking Bad, it's that one actually gets really good.
It gets better. It gets better, right?
It gets
give
really,
it a chance. It gets better.
Breaking Bad gets really good.
Well, why don't they make the beginning good?
You know what I think it is with the, because I'll say that, like, the guy that wrote that, like, him and Kurt Sutter were friends. They did like The Shield, which I liked a lot. Kurt Sutter did Sons of the Anarchy, which I liked a lot. They also wrote on The Wire. All of those shows, they kind of start out slow and build up.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of their story style. And all those shows, like once you kind of get like, you get to a certain point and then it's just boom. But they set up a lot to get there. So like I get it. Like that's a fair point, like why it work, but like the payoff with those shows are always worth it. To me, anyways. But not time, those are the exceptions to the rule into that in that statement for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
The exception to the rule.
Yeah. I don't know. I just didn't care about the characters in the beginning enough to like worry about. I just I was like, okay, whatever. I'm not gonna waste my time watching it.
No, that's that's a fair statement. Yeah. I mean, there ain't no Monster Squad. Trust me. I know,
well, that's true. That's true.
You know?
They're a big bundle of irrelevancy.
Wait, the Monster Squad? How dare you? Wolfman's got nards, bro.
Oh my god.
Wolfman's got nards.
Stop.
You know? Man, I still can't believe you didn't like. I still can't believe you.
Nope. Did not like that movie.
I just can't believe it.
Well, believe it. There weren't enough bears in it for me. So
well, would you have liked it if they were like the Bear Squad?
Yeah, that'd have been better.
You know what we should do? We should write a television show.
Only the Bernstein Bears would be the Monster Squad.
Dude, you know how they just made that horror Winnie the Pooh?
Yeah. Did that come out yet?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
It's on streaming. What if we did a horror Bearstein Bears?
Yeah.
Right? One of them just like walks around, kill people. One of them's on cocaine. We'll think of other dumb stuff for the other ones. Right? It's like this little bear village and they just murder everybody.
Yeah.
Nah, I think we should concentrate on Bacon.
Well,
do you think we'd get sued if we made t-shirts already? Because I kind of want a t-shirt that's like the greatest con ever known to man, Bacon, you know?
I mean, what is, are pigs going to sue us? Like what, like,
But I've never think like, what if Kevin Bacon finds out?
Yeah.
You know what's
okay. You know what he'll say? He'll be like, that's a fantastic idea. Like,
yeah, I think my boy Kevin Bacon, I don't know though. I think he's kind of like, I don't know what's going on.
He'll be like, I don't want to talk about those shirts. That's what he'll say.
We'll sell billions of them.
Yeah.
Because like he started doing those car commercials, which are real weird. I don't like.
Yeah. That
they make him
car.
make him seem like a blundering idiot. And then
well, you gotta be what, 60 something, 70 something?
Yeah.
I don't know. How old is Kevin Bacon?
I think
pretty old by now, right?
Let me look here. How old is the Bacon?
Speaking of old, that girl looked a little old to be in college in this movie. She looked a little mature
for sure.
College, right?
For sure. And I was trying to think, like,
and I don't know if it's just because I mean, college in the 90s or 80s or whatever, you know what I mean? I don't know, but like she just, maybe it's the way they had her dressed. She just didn't look like a college age student to me. But Kevin Bacon didn't look like he should be dating a college age student.
So, that's true.
You know what I mean?
She's still alive?
She can't be that old. Maybe she
was born in 1960.
Jesus Christ. So she was like 35 years old in this movie? 30, almost 40? When did this come out? 90?
Oh my gosh, she was married to Steven Weber for a while. Oh fuck, dude. She okay. So this she has not been in movies for quite some time.
This came out in 90, so she was 40 years old in
Yeah,
this movie. They
yeah,
couldn't find anybody else but a 40-year-old woman to play a college
yeah.
student.
She uh she hasn't done anything for a while. She was arrested in 2019 in
Holy
Vegas
shit. For
for
what?
for larceny.
Wow.
Her last role was this movie called Halfway Decent, which I've never heard of.
Finn
Uh
Carter.
trying to think of I'm trying to see if there's something like the last thing I would have known her in. Like or like the last thing she did of substance. The last movie of substance I would say she did was The
Yeah.
Ghost of Mississippi in '96.
Pennsylvania Miner Story. Strong
That
Medicine. I used a lot of TV shows.
yeah.
Profiler.
But she's always it's always like one episode here and there.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, she wasn't bad in this movie or anything, but she was
No,
definitely not a high school or a college student. You know what I mean?
no, I and IMDb, they're going hard. They're like for trivia, they're like, hey, she was arrested in 2019 for larceny. Her brother is a Olympian.
Her dad was something with the president, like a cabinet member or something, statesman. Mother Margaret
Mm.
Carter and her father Holding Carter III, best known for his position as a spokesperson for the State Department and Presidential Carter's administration.
Wow, that's
Hmm.
crazy.
Yeah.
She
Huh. I guess she wasn't making much money acting because yeah, arrested.
that's crazy. I know Michael Gross. That's all he's been doing is these movies, and he did a weird episode of Law and Order SVU where he was like he murdered his wife and like was raping prostitutes.
Wow, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, yeah. It was like it was crazy because Mary really likes Law and Order SVU.
Oh, okay.
And like first off, in the episode he's in, they somehow make him look 900 years old.
Mm.
And then when I realized who it was, I was like, oh. And then it's like he was attacked and his wife was murdered. You're like, oh man, this is sad. And then at the end, he was just like the biggest piece of shit on any
Jeez,
episode I've ever
yeah.
seen. I was like, Jesus
Like,
Christ, Bird.
wow. Holy fuck. Oh, well, the mighty have fallen.
I mean, I'm like looking at this cast. A lot of them,
Didn't really do much.
the guy played Melvin
Did 96 more Tremor movies.
has not been in anything since 2015. He was in a series called Mythica, which I don't know. Those were his last three projects. He was in the B movie as an uncredited B. He was in the Tremor TV series. I didn't even know they did a Tremor TV series.
Tremors, Shrieker Island.
In 2003, Tremors a series. Oh, they tried to. Holy shit, dude. They tried to start the series over.
Yeah.
Or like they basically try to reboot, but it was a TV series about the town. And Bert
Okay.
was the main character, and Melvin was like his partner or something.
This dude did a lot of Christmas movies.
which was who?
um the guy Michael Gross.
Dude, fucking, do you know who was in this Tremors TV series?
Is that
You had Dean Norris, who's a big actor, JD Walsh, who was like an actor in the 90s, Sarah Rafferty, fucking Christopher Lloyd.
what?
He was in the series as Dr. Cletus Poffenberger. I feel like Michael Rooker was in it. I feel like that TV show, because they canceled it like after one season,
Yeah.
that it's got to be the biggest piece of shit in the world. But like, I kind of want to watch it.
Kind of want to watch it.
It was on sci-fi.
Well, there's your fucking
Yeah. Dude, what happened to this guy? Did he just like quit acting?
who?
No, he's still. still there. Oh, he has a movie coming up called Children of Conflict. That's makes me uncomfortable.
The the kid with no parents.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Bobby.
about.
Yeah.
He was in the Tremor TV series.
Mythica, whatever that is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Never heard of that one.
I have a feeling looking at his filmography, I probably wouldn't like most of his movies.
The the lady that was Nancy, she was in a lot of stuff, I think, right? Is that
Nancy,
living on? I think I thought she was somebody different.
who was Nancy?
Was it that was the lady with the little girl, right?
Oh, that's right.
But I think I thought she was somebody else
She looked a
because
lot like the mom in Cujo, but she is
I
not.
thought she was the lady that was in What's Eating Gilbert Grape, like that dark haired lady.
The grandma?
No, that was like having sex with Gilbert. Remember
You mean
that she had,
you mean Jennifer Dreyfus or whatever her name was? Or
I don't
Jennifer
know, but I
Lucy?
thought that's who that was when I first
That
saw
was
her. But it
not
is,
this lady was a
yeah,
lot
yeah.
older than her.
Well, that's what I was like, man, that lady looks really fucking old in this movie. I'm like,
I'm like, looking, this lady was in a bunch of TV stuff. She was in Tremors.
coach,
Oh yeah, Coach.
30 something.
She's in Twin Peaks for 7 episodes.
Yep.
Dude, she was on Highway to Heaven.
Oh, well, old
You know what's
Michael
weird?
Landon at
It
it
seems
again.
like every movie we watch and we look through this cast, everybody was on an episode of Highway to Heaven. Like Michael Landon. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Well, that's a popular TV show. A
But
lot of people on them.
not everybody was on Little House on the Prairie.
That's true. That's true. Well,
So what does that mean?
I don't know. I'm not making the connections.
What does that mean? Oh man. Well, hey Jeff, would you recommend this movie to people?
I would. I don't think there's anything that's outlandish, right? I mean, there's no there's nothing
Nah.
that would keep like kids from watching it. There's really nothing that's like, kind of by today's standards would maybe be offensive. I mean, like there's nothing that stands out. I'm sure there's maybe a little piece in here and it might maybe offend some people, but for the most part, it's pretty clean movie.
Yeah.
That even like the kills aren't gory. The only
No.
gore you get is like when the creatures die and it's like barbecue sauce is what it looks like,
I don't even think they directly show anybody dying.
No, it's all they get sucked underground.
The store owner kind of ish, but
but there's no blood.
Really.
And you're like, he's just like he's just going
into the dirt.
Yeah. So I'd say I'd say check this movie out. It's not a horror movie. It's just a fun kind of creature flick.
Yeah.
Sit down, watch it, have some popcorn.
It's like Anaconda if it was fun.
Yeah, if it was good,
Yeah. That's the best description I can give it.
Yeah. What if you put Kevin Bacon instead of J-Lo in Anaconda? Like swap them around.
Well, would you rather him be J-Lo or him be John Voight's character?
Both of them. Just get rid of both those two.
Are you saying just make Kevin Bacon every character?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Kevin Bacon's getting weird, man. The new Guardians movie came out, so which I want to see, but to get ready for it, I was like, oh, I'll rewatch the other two Guardian movies, and then I went ahead and watched the Christmas special.
Oh, I didn't watch the Christmas Kevin special. Bacon. Yeah, it's on Disney Plus, I think. Right?
Yeah,
maybe I'll have to watch it.
Because they said you have to watch it to understand, which I don't think so. The two things
dumb.
Well, no, like it was fine. Like it was like a fun little thing, but like the two things that they're like supposed to be like, was like they could have just said in a statement, like whatever. But like Kevin Bacon was even like real weird in it. Like really? I don't know how much of him was just trying to be goofy, or like is he just a weird dude now? Like
just becoming weird.
Yeah, I kind of feel like he's trying to become like the Aldi's brand of what's that guy? Life Always Finds a Way in Jurassic Park. Thor Thor
Oh,
Ragnarok.
Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Goldblum. I feel like he's becoming
Mhm.
like a knockoff brand Jeff Goldblum.
Yeah, yeah.
Like he's like getting like
Like
kind
that
of
weird
weird.
eccentric, but yeah,
Yeah.
but Jeff Goldblum's always, yeah, like Jeff Goldblum's,
Right.
that's him, like he's always been like that. So
Right.
yeah, yeah, so nobody thinks any, or maybe it was for that movie he was trying to capture some of that, you know what I mean?
I
Because
don't know.
wasn't that I mean it's a Marvel movie, right? So it's possible that
Yeah.
they you know,
But like
I mean he hasn't really been in anything else, so
Kevin Bacon?
right recently, right? He hasn't really
Oh
been in
no,
much recently.
he's had TV shows.
I haven't seen anything, so I don't.
He had that one cult TV show for a while. He had like 3 or 4 seasons. Then he had that
Yeah,
army TV show where he played like that army guy that was on for a while.
yeah.
Now you gotta make me look up the old Baconator.
Well, I mean, like within the last like 2 years.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Really? Yeah, I remember that cult show.
Yeah,
I don't think I watched that.
City on the Hill. It just ended last year. That's that
Yeah.
TV series. He was like an army guy.
Hmm.
And like he like went and notified people that their loved ones died or something. Like he but he's been in quite a bit. Uh dude, they already did a Kevin Bacon story. Man. But it's
Well,
not
it
called
wasn't.
Bacon.
No, it's not.
But
It's
like
not the
that's
same.
like my
I don't know. I honestly I discount TV shows. I don't count TV shows as
yeah.
as good media. I just don't.
No.
I mean, the
Well, it
the
wasn't
closest thing you get are like paid like HBO and
well,
stuff.
that's what
Because
this was
you
this
know,
wasn't a regular TV like that. On
yeah,
the City on a Hill was I
yeah,
think Showtime.
mm,
It was like it was more like one of those higher production value.
yeah, yeah.
But
I
like
mean, just in general, though, I guess
oh
that's
no
my
right
statement. I don't really watch that much TV. I just don't
right
because it's all mostly trash. You
right.
know,
But
it's
his
just like you know
his
filler.
yeah yeah his daughter started acting and so like Mary was watching like interviews with
Mhm.
them because she was in that shitty
She's
movie
that
called
car commercial,
Smile.
right? Was
Well,
that her in the car
that
commercial?
but yeah, and then she was also in that her first big movie is that shitty horror movie Smile.
Oh
And
yeah,
like she's like watching interviews, he was just like kind of weird in those too. Like
yeah,
I don't know, it's almost like that reminds me of that scene in Batman, but only instead of a hero that lives long enough becomes a villain, but like the cool guy who lives long enough becomes the weirdo. Because
yeah,
I feel like
yeah.
a
It's
lot of like
possible.
he like after Footloose, like everybody thought Kevin Bacon was
Or
cool.
is it another stage in the con? Hmm?
Man, man, man. But you know what? I don't know how to top that. You're right.
Nope.
Hey, all I say is everybody go watch Tremors.
Go watch Tremors.
Go watch Tremors. It's a good movie. You won't regret it. Hey everybody, thanks for listening to this episode. Next episode, we got some fun for you. Jeff
Speaking
and I
of
are,
weirdos,
Jeff and I are taking a little trip to do some investigative reporting to prepare for the movie we're going to talk about next week. And it's a doozy. And I if we survive our investigative reporting, which there's a chance we may not, or we may come home with a microwave slash copier slash upside down
projector, upside down turtle.
So, well, time will tell. Time will tell. But we appreciate you listening to the podcast. Please, wherever you listen to your podcast,
We're going to that new store. If you can stack it, you can buy it.
Wait, is that a real store?
I don't know.
We should open a store. We should open a store
yeah.
like that, and we just put everything in weird shaped boxes.
Yeah,
We repackage everything.
Yeah, one price for everything you can stack.
Would you put the turtle on top or on bottom?
It'd have to be bottom, right? Because of the round shell.
But that's why I think it has to be on top. You put
Oh,
a
yeah,
belly side down top.
Yeah. Like a weird stack sandwich.
Yeah, basically like the
top of
heel,
bun.
like the heel of the
Yeah.
bread. It's like
Yeah.
you're making a
Mhm.
sandwich with the heel of the bread.
Yep.
Exactly. Yep. Nice. But hey, Ray, thanks for listening. Give us 5-star review wherever you listen to us at. If it's Apple Podcasts, give us a review. Tell us where would you stack the turtle? And I know what you're saying. Why are they talking about stacking a turtle? We'll discuss it next time. That's something for you to sit and think on. Till next episode. Why do we want you to stack a turtle? Not multiple turtles.
Just one.
One turtle. Just one turtle. We don't mean tortoise. We don't mean sea turtle. We mean turtle. put those in the comments. You can also watch episodes on YouTube. You can follow us on Facebook and on Instagram at Loremasters. Jeff, where can they follow you?
Loremaster Jeff on Instagram.
Nice. You follow me at Loremaster Eli on the Instagrams. I know we've been saying this for like a week or so, but we're still looking at Discord and doing some other fun stuff. We're figuring out how to do our Chuck E. Cheese video that's coming. So be prepared for that. I like it's weird. This Chuck E. Cheese thing has been building up in my head, and I'm on the fence. Like this could either be the best pizza I've ever eaten,
Or the worst.
or I could be just as disappointed as I was as a child. So, all that fun stuff is coming. So keep an eye out on that, and we'll catch you all next time. And just remember, it's all a bacon.